welcome back to our channel. I'm Debbie.
I'm Darren.
And this is Mishka.
Hi friends!
Our one and only girlie.
Hi friends!
Yes. She has been so excited about seeing all you guys. She's literally been walking that close behind me. She keeps getting in my slipper. Yes, you did.
She's walking on sunshine. Way! And don't it feel good?
She's really excited. I think she just wants to prove that she is, of course, the most important one.
Of course she is.
She's the most high maintenance. She's very clingy, aren't you, Princess? But she, as I say, all of them are loving, all of them are special. But not all of them are as hard to work, are they?
No, not at all.
But you are so rewarding with it. So, that answers a little bit of a question somebody put in about which our hamsters are. So, Mishka is our little girl, and she's got lovely little white socks.
Yeah, she's hidden at one of her feet.
Yeah, I know. Well,
particularly
I'm hiding her dignity as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good girlie. Right. Now, you want to go in your ball so we can tell everybody what's going on and things like that, and we can get back to the normal stanza things, because somebody was just too excited.
Yeah, hey.
Right, guys, so let's start off how we try to, which is with our word of the week.
Ooh.
I love the fact they're called tittles. Right. Now then.
You forgot what it was, wasn't you?
I think it was Ethylenium or something like
Could
that.
be.
A poem written
that was it.
to celebrate a wedding.
Yep, that's right.
Right, this week.
Yep. It is.
A word you've all heard of.
Yep.
But I love the meaning. Eyes. The holes in Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Now, pardon me for being wrong here.
No, that's not the only thing of eyes, though.
No, it's true. You get eyes in potatoes.
You do, yes, yeah.
But yeah, it just lists it as being the holes in Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
What I'm waiting for now is to find out if they've got another word for eyes, meaning people eyes or animal eyes.
Not in there, because it's words you wouldn't have known.
Oh, weird words. Yeah.
It's words you wouldn't have known, isn't it?
It's just another word for holes in Swiss cheese. Would have thought they were more air pockets than anything else.
They are air pockets.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But
Weird.
Who knows?
Who knows? Right, so that started us off for our starter of 10. Now then, Darren. Sherlock.
Yeah? No, Darren.
Yes.
Yeah, not Sherlock, Darren.
I've got Miss Marple's hair. I scalped her first.
Right.
No, I didn't. And
Right, the Sherlock one, the signpost. I
was very technical with my answer.
Angela said she's got no sense of direction, so she's got no idea.
I said forward.
Yeah. And Lily Wayne didn't have a clue with it. She was going to have a think, and she didn't get back. So
I don't blame her.
I've got an idea.
I've just said forward.
Right. So the signpost was like
unless you're already there.
No, you departed the hamlet of Mercaston at the same time. You follow the roads. You're going to meet at the village of Muggington. You follow along the path. You come to a five-hole junction. There's a signpost which shows which village lies along which path. But your display has been blown over. You've got no idea which of your four options might carry you to Muggington.
I know the answer.
Did you find your way? Yes?
You just point Muggington to the direction you just came from.
No, not Muggington. Mercaston.
That's what I meant.
That's right, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I understood better this time.
Yeah, you put Mercaston from the road you came from, and then all the other ones were pointing in the right direction.
That's right, yeah. So I was right away forward, but no, not. But yeah, I got there in the end. That's the important thing. Now then, for the riddle, it's Mary.
Yeah. Yes, it was Mary, yes. Yeah. It's an old joke. It's an old joke.
It's old right.
But it still gets a lot of people. And both Andrew and Lolly Wayne both got that.
Well
Yep.
done, guys.
Yep.
Yay.
Right, for the Sherlocky ones this week.
Right, I'm waiting with bated pen.
Sounds a bit fishy to me.
Mm.
Right. What we got? Albie.
Excuse me?
It's all this, Mr. Holmes, said the redoubtable Mrs. Hudson one morning. My cousin Albie works in the Millwall Ironworks. He's supervisor, as it happens. Every morning at 8 a.m. sharp, he makes his way down the stairs. When he gets to his destination a little afterwards, he brews himself a cup of tea and then settles down with the morning papers. There's a boy who sells them just on the corner by the main gate of the works. I know for a fact that he hardly manages to get halfway through the paper before he's sound asleep, and he remains flat out for the next 8 hours. Judgment Day itself would have a hard time waking our Albie. Yet, even so, management are very happy with his performance and the amount of work he puts in. How do you think that can be? Yeah. Yeah, I can think that.
I think I've got it wrong, but we'll go with that. Right, okay, so
Yeah.
riddle me this, riddle me that.
He's
What's your
afraid of the
riddle?
He's afraid of the big bad bat. Right. Right. This sounds a bit dodgy.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's basically.
Yeah.
Well, if you think that way, the internet's probably ruined you. Right. I go in hard, I come out soft, and if you blow me, I'll get larger. What am I?
I know this one.
I go in hard, I come out soft, and if you blow me, I'll get larger. What am I?
I mean, remember. It's not this, but okay. I'm going to have to think about that one again.
Yeah.
Right. Now then, while you were saying about that,
Yep.
and anything can sound rude, even if you don't mean it to. But Darren's usually quite happy when it sounds rude, even though he doesn't necessarily mean it in a rude way. But no, while he was saying about that, I heard something.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
It's a Victor in his wheel.
He is. Would you mind getting Victor for the fans? Right, guys.
Right. Well, it's got the big V.
Looky.
Or
lovely.
he looks like a little version of Pan. So he's Petty Pan.
Oh, God. He's been waiting all week to say that.
He's Petty Pan.
I think you're gorgeous. Even with your demonic red eyes.
Yeah.
They're not demonic, Mama. They're not demonic. They look like rubies. Rubies. He smells like a cookie. It's wonderful. Yes, so this is the other Russian male. For those of you that don't know, this is Victor. Or Victor Crumbum, or also known as Victory. Yeah.
La da 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 da. If you don't know, that was the music from Final Fantasy VII when you won. You won a fight, victory.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, you do.
I know. I do. There's no two words about it. We're really organised today. Can you tell? I have got everything written in my book. I'm just completely and utterly disorganised, but there you go. Right, guys. So posted this week has been
Loads.
Tesco's Wax Hall.
Yeah.
Harry Potter Ooshies.
Yep.
Geek Gear Wizardry.
Yeah.
Z-Box Unboxing.
Yeah.
Threads Box.
Yeah.
Occult Box, Trinkets and Talismans.
Yeah.
And obviously this should be going out tomorrow, all being well. Darren was really, really lucky this week. He worked blooming hard for it, mind. But everything was...
Darren was really lucky this week. Yeah, apart from because we had the Z box and the Threads box, we we won't be getting another Threads box. We may be getting another Z box. Who knows?
Yes. Oh, he was well. He wasn't weeping. He was distraught at
I was infuriated.
Yes, you were.
I wanted to say something simple. If you go onto Zavi's website, you can't actually cancel a subscription. You have to ask them to cancel it. So I sent them a message saying, "If you cancel my Z box, please, Z box subscription."
That's what he sent them.
Yeah.
What
that was all it said. I just said, "Hi there, could you please cancel my Z box subscription?" So next day, I got a message saying that they've cancelled my Threads box, and they've refunded me the money back that I paid for the Threads box that hasn't been sent out yet. It's like, what? So I sent them another message saying like, well, perhaps there was something in my message that you didn't understand. It wasn't easy to work out what I was actually saying.
He doesn't get irate as a rule. He's a very mild-mannered man.
It was obviously what I said was very difficult for you to understand. I mean, it was all I had. You just had to say just a bit like that, like just to make it more simple. I just wanted to keep the Threads one. I wanted to get rid of the Z box one. Right? If you could please do this, I'll be very happy. Thank you. Yeah, I got another message today. I haven't responded to yet because I want to strangle someone.
Again, as I said, he's a very mild-mannered man. But
they said, "Really sorry, we cancelled that one. So there's nothing we can do about that now. We'll give you a £10 voucher you can spend in a shop. Is there anything else you'd like to do?" So,
yeah, funnily enough.
I'd like you to cancel the Z box. Strangely enough, yeah. So yeah.
I think the basis of the problem
So
is
I'm waiting till tomorrow before I actually respond to them.
Because he's a bit cross at the moment.
Yeah.
Or exasperated is probably the better word for it.
Well, I sent them a message. I sent them before. I said they obviously didn't read it, didn't pick up the bits when I just scanned through it quickly without reading it. That's because that's evidently what they did. But yeah.
All that was passionate.
Someone read it and they just guessed what they wanted. But there you go.
Yeah, they didn't read it.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
Mind you, it's not the first bits I've had with Zavi. Zavi do some great stuff, but their customer service is shit. It really is. I mean, we very often have had bits like you'll contact them, and then the first bit you'll just get a box standard message has come back that no one's read. So it's just some sort of bot has just responded to it.
I mean, I say the biggest problem is when you get companies that are like that.
Yes, they are a big company.
They are
yes, they are the heart of the group. They've got a lot of them.
That's the reason they should actually do it right.
That's right. They say if they say, well, we're a big company, we get a lot of messages, you should have more people in it, shouldn't you?
Yes.
So it doesn't make any difference to make sure the message is done properly.
But yeah, I mean, it was quite obviously foolish. It's all well and good them refunding, but they still haven't taken it off, which means we'll end up paying out more.
Well, no, they've cancelled the Threads one. But I wanted to keep the Threads one, but I'm bugging if I'm going to order it now. It's just
I know. It's not the greatest in the world, is it? No, it's not.
But anyway, there you go.
Yeah. So that's his whinge of the week.
Yep.
Although technically he doesn't really, usually. But no, I mean, guys, this is where it's so difficult, isn't it? I have a different way of taking things. I get angry like everybody else does. But I usually start by saying, I'm angry at the moment, I won't be angry later on, but I'll always be disappointed in you. And that burns so much more. But no, I mean, I've got friends that...
Sitting now because I was feeling groggy anyway. I had
rotten bits.
I had a tooth taken out anyway. I had a tooth taken out the other day.
And I mean, I'm sorry, but anybody is only human. It's no good looking at it. It's definitely yours. Yes, it is yours. Don't tell lies. Right, I went through the updates of that. Darren filled you in on the fun bit with the savvy
Boxes.
bit. I mean, the biggest problem is, why is it always companies where you like the items?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Still.
Mm.
Right, so coming up next week, these are ones we know about for definite. We've got Freya's Cauldron and Occult Books ready to be videoed.
Yep.
So they've not been videoed yet.
No. The Occult Books is Goth one this month. I won't know what Freya's Cauldron is till I open it.
And then is it one Etsy haul? One, or is it two? I can't remember.
I believe we've got two. I can't remember.
Yes, I think there is two actually.
I believe there's two.
I have also ordered a couple more melts.
We've got two for Private Fridays as well.
Yeah.
Which from Occult Box, which should be turning up sometime.
Right, so we're now on to telling you about the TV this week. Well, we actually finished Eureka. Which ends beautifully. It's one of...
It does, yeah. It actually finishes it finishes in a circle.
And it's a horrible thing when a programme finishes and you love that programme.
Well, they knew it was going to finish, so they let them have a few extra episodes,
well.
didn't they?
That's the difference. I'm completely up to date now with Veronica Mars, including season 4. 1 and 2. Seasons 1 and 2 are my favourites. I don't mind season 3. The film was good. I'm not going to spoil the end of the 4th season for you. But
Debbie was not happy.
I was very cross. I was fuming, actually, because one of my favourite characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else you got on to? You're on to Vampire Diaries again now.
I am.
Yeah.
I've started watching Vampire Diaries on season 2, episode 16, and I've got 27 minutes 58 seconds left to watch of it. I love Vampire Diaries.
You love the first 5 series of Vampire Diaries.
I still haven't watched all of them.
All the originals.
I haven't seen the originals, and I still haven't watched all of Vampire Diaries. So
and there's a TV. There's another one as well, isn't there?
Yes.
There's Legacies.
Legacies or something.
Which is Skull.
But no, I'm going to say I'm working my way through Vampire Diaries. I keep going back and forth on Riverdale, but I'm still upset over one of the person dying
Matthew
in it.
Perry.
And although
Matthew Perry died in it for a good reason, because he actually died. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I sort of had to start that again in the knowledge, which is why I've only watched one episode.
Luke Perry.
And that was
Luke
that,
Perry.
which is the Sex and the City one. And I could only watch one of them. Yeah. So I've been on and off going back and forth on... I've watched Sex and the City all the way through so many times.
Yeah.
But,
and you watched and then...
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah, and then it was... Yeah.
I just... As I say, I think I've seen 2 episodes now. But because of a big thing happening in it... Shut up, Darren. He's taking the mickey out of me. I found the whole prospect bit, I can't really say without giving too much away. Either way, it's good, but if you love Sex in the City and you then watch, that was that. Yeah. I will warn you, if you're anything as involved with the characters as
and just like
that.
Yeah.
If you're anything like me with the characters,
and just
where
like
you
that.
get deeply involved, yeah, it's horrible. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's a little weird without Kim Cattrall in it as well. To be honest, I think it's a shame that they didn't get on, but some people just don't.
No. I think get on's an understatement from
Yes,
what
I know, but we don't know. We know what.
They can't stand each other.
Reportedly, I mean, you've got to bear in mind that these people's lives are under magnifying glasses, and how much of it is true is another matter entirely. And to be honest, it's not really any of our business. I know it sounds ridiculous, but
from what Kim Cattrall said, she definitely don't like it.
But again, it's hearsay.
No, it isn't.
If she said it to me personally,
it's hearsay. Oh, right, yeah. You've been watching the Johnny Depp trial. They had that. Hearsay.
You don't want to get me started on that, people. I'm afraid when it comes to opinions, I think there's so much you can share, and then it gets to the point where I think that there is a prospect of me sharing a bit too much, and as I have trouble in saying anything other than exactly what comes to mind.
That's what we were saying the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was saying, like, we couldn't do a live, wouldn't be able to do a live one because I'd swear too much, and Debbie would say
it's
things.
Not that bad, but
Debbie would say things.
Occasionally fluff things.
Debbie would say things that probably wouldn't be very popular.
PC.
People wouldn't like.
I'm not a horrible person. I'm not, but I have got my own thoughts and processes on things, and this is why I'm not allowed to be out in the open too often. You know, but no, I mean. The thing is, I mean, 9 times out of 10, if I say something it's not. I'm not rude, inappropriate. I'm not inappropriate in my mind, but I understand that there are different views, and not everybody that sort of agrees with my view is right. But how much of my view I want to share is another matter. But no, I mean, no, we're happy. We live our own little bubble. We don't try and impose things on people. I just like to sit down and a chat, really.
Yeah. So about to sit down and a chat. We had a message on another one from one of our followers, Vegan for Life, not just a fashion. Well, she says about, she asked how many hamsters we've got, which we'll do in a minute. She doesn't know it's from. They said, such a lovely couple. Wish you lived near me so we can have a cuppa and a chat together. Well, I'm going to mention to her on here about this because I don't know if she watches this.
No, this is our sit down and chat.
This is the cuppa and a chat.
Say what we think.
People.
You know, I mean, when I say I don't think it's necessarily.
It's like Leanne said it, wasn't it?
We try and stay within etiquette, but be ourselves. And if I have to work too hard at watching everything I say, I mean, I have rants every now and again that you never see because Darren gets rid of them. But I feel better for it, guys, because in my mind, I've told you. It's actually quite cathartic. Right, anyway, apart from me going on about starting Vampire Diaries, that's one that I tend to watch on my own. Darren sees snippets. We'd also started watching Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Which is 1 to 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, until
it's basically it's a network across the world of different sanctuaries where abnormals,
sorry, I apologise for that.
people or creatures that are strange or different,
like me,
can be taken so they're safe from humans or humans are safe for them.
It's got a little bit of a steampunk tendency to it, but only because of Helen in it. And I mean, it's quite interesting. It's got sort of a bit of everything, really. Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's one of my favourites. I will say though, since we've got better vision on our TV than when we first last watched it, my God, you can tell that these actors are blooming brilliant because a lot of the background is CGI.
So a lot of it they would have been just doing it on a green screen. You can tell because of the colours of their hair, the lighting on their hair.
Yeah, but yeah, because we were sort of watching out for.
What, I got purple hair?
Oh, yeah, purple streaks in her hair, and neither of us remembered her having that, and. on one of those occasions, it was sort of like it was there, and then in the next shot, it wasn't, and took us a while to twig.
There were a few women in the bit, and they all had the same shine across their hair.
Yeah.
On the sort of bit, yeah.
Or either red or purple or sort of the deep burgundy. I mean, honestly, but no, I mean, it is well worth watching. It's I suppose you've got the equivalent of Bigfoot in it.
Yes, he's Bigfoot. He's Biggie.
Yeah.
He's called Biggie.
Bigfoot, you've got your werewolf in it. You've got a vampire in it. You've got.
I can't tell them what they are.
I can't because I don't want to spoil bits. I'm not saying there are loads of these because there aren't.
No.
The whole point is the sanctuary is there for the safety of abnormals, which means me and Darren would fit right in.
No, we've got no powers.
I don't know. Hamsters follow me. Your mum reckons I'm the hamster whisperer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's really good. Have a look on IMDb. Maybe have a look at the trailer. But it is honestly, it's on Prime so good. It is. It's on Prime, so you know. Now then, book-wise, I am on to Hunted, which is the fifth book.
Fifth book. Ooh.
Fifth book. Now, the reason it took me such a long time to get onto the fifth book, when you compare the fact that I read almost 3 in 1 week, was because I'm scared of something called Ravenmockers, and I tend to. I was trying to do projects during the day and read at night because I have trouble putting down the book. But I've got over the initial bit of the Ravenmockers, so they're still in it, but it's less scary because they're sort of out in the open and everybody can see them, sort of jobby. Because I literally take these books too seriously. And
but the Ravenmockers were
I don't like nightmares.
Cherokee spirits.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Even Cherokee spirit. Witches.
Was Zoe Redbird, who's I suppose main character, her grandmother's Cherokee. And she didn't have a great home life. Basically, her mother was fantastic until she married her stepfather, who is deeply religious and hates anything different. And basically her mother, he says jump and she says how high, sort of thing. So Zoe had been effectively raised by her grandmother up until the age of about 16, when she was marked for death, which sounds horrific, but basically you get vampire trackers and they mark you. You get a faint tattoo bit come up, and basically you either die or change and become a vampire. But in between the fledgling years, there's 1 to 5 years in fledgling before you change. You can change earlier, but it's quite rare to be in a full-fledged vampire. But they also have affinities with air, fire, water, earth and spirit. And it's just so good, honestly. I saw online that they were thinking about somebody's bought the rights or something anyway.
Someone's paid the rights to be able to create a TV
and I'm really hoping
series.
They do, because it's not.
This was in
This
was 2019.
Yeah.
But because things have all been put back because of the pandemic
COVID and everything. Yeah.
But as to whether or not, because you pay a company, whether you know or not, a company will pay for the rights to be able to create it.
That's right, yeah.
That doesn't mean that they will ever create anything from it. If you may know, like the Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles have been done about 3 or 4 times by different ones, and it still hasn't made it to TV.
No.
And now she's passed away. I don't know if it ever will.
No idea. But I'm hoping they do, because this is something. I mean, okay, you've got Vampire Diaries, you've got True Blood, You've got different things. You've got like the Harry Potter things. You've got wizardy things, witchy things. But this is very much an encumbrance of a lot of things, and also offshoots of that. I think the only thing that would be against it is if people felt it was too close to Wiccan.
It's the one you're reading at the moment. It's the person selling one of them. It says it's a cross between Twilight and Harry Potter,
which I disagree with wholeheartedly. I understand what they mean, only very loosely.
They're only saying it because it's a vampire in school, isn't it?
It's a vampire in
school,
and they have powers of elements, or certain ones do have powers of elements. But it's just really good. It's such a good read. And, you know, I mean, I made the mistake of deciding to have a read while Darren went to bed earlier last night.
Yeah, it wipe me out with injections.
5 to 5 I got to bed this morning. And I mean, honestly, I was reading right up until going for my last ablutions sort of thing. And it was sort of like, no, I've got to go to bed. Right, now then. Leads me to something else.
Yeah. Oh,
I have started my Twilight one.
No, try again.
No, I haven't. It's because you just said Twilight. I have started my Supernatural one.
Oh, it shows up quite nice on here.
That's how far I've got.
Is that just going to zoom in?
Now, you might notice, actually, I've done rather a lot on this. I have worked rather a lot on it, to be fair. But another reason I thought I'd mention about it is these are round drills. This is the difference between round and square drills. You can go at some speed with round drills.
Yeah.
Square drills are a lot more fiddly. But yeah, in case you're wondering, you've got Castiel.
Yep.
Sam.
Yep.
Dean.
Yep.
And this dude over here that's not been filled in properly is Crowley.
Yep.
Now, obviously, I've still got some work to do on the Crowley bit.
Crowley is the King of Hell. At
the time.
At points.
He is one of my favourite ones, actually. I love Crowley. I love the relationship him and Dean have. And, yeah, I mean, who doesn't, you know, I think they're great. Have you got a favourite in Supernatural? Do you watch Supernatural?
Moose.
Yeah, are you Squirrel or Moose?
Squirrel or Moose, that's it, Squirrel or Moose.
Squirrel is, of course, what I would say is my favourite, which is Dean. And Moose is Sam. I think it's because they were nicknames that Crowley had for them.
Yeah, it was.
And he doesn't much like Sam.
Yeah. One of my favourite ones in it, I can't remember her name.
What's that, witches?
No.
Oh, no, she doesn't say that. Charlie.
No, she doesn't know. No, it's not Charlie. No, that's not one. One of my favourites. I can't. Oh, Rowena.
Oh, Rowena.
Rowena.
Crowley's mum. Yeah.
Spoiler
hopefully that didn't spoil anything for you guys. Yeah. It won't mean anything to you much until it happens
Rowena.
anyway.
She's great.
Oh, she is fabulous. She is fabulous. You'll recognise her as an actress if you're sort of our age anyway, because she's been in lots of different things. Yeah. But yeah, no, she is really good. But no, and again, we haven't watched the last season of that because we haven't watched
the last couple of seasons of that.
I know.
We still haven't watched the last season of The Magicians yet, either.
Because I get quite forgetful, although I remember where we are with Magicians, the same as I actually remember where I am with Charmed
after the poor miserable sod died.
The problem
I'm not telling you what it is, because you know it doesn't make a difference.
I sort of get to a block there. And certain times they might kill off characters, and I may not be particularly fussed about the character.
Yeah.
But I get the ump.
No, that's not the reason for that.
It irritated me. Yes, I know, but it irritated me. It wasn't better by that point, to be perfectly honest. It should have been. It had so much. I mean, it was fantastic to start with. But they seem to have lost themselves a bit along the way. Magicians is a bit like
it's a bit like a cross between an adult Harry Potter and Narnia.
I'd go with Narnia, definitely.
Yeah, but the school,
I'd
it's the
say
school. It's
more...
Harry Potter. It's because it's a school. It's a school, but it's a high school.
Yeah, it's a high school.
One school was brilliant. Deadly Class.
Remind
School for
me.
Assassins.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that was.
Yeah, well, they made one series of it. That was a shame, but there you go.
Right, so I know we've got some questions because what we've done
Right.
is through the week we know you guys ask us questions, and we will mention a few times now on our unboxings and such like that if any questions are asked, they will be answered on the Friday vlog. And we will try to answer everyone's because you guys are quite quiet. I mean, in fact, one of you guys talk about a woman of... What's the word I'm after? A person of little words or something.
Few words.
Few words. That's the word I'm after. Yeah.
I can't remember their name.
No, I know. It's really annoying. I wanted to give a shout out because every now and again we get like one or two words
That's on there
from the person, and it just makes me giggle.
We got a couple. We got a couple. We've got a guy, someone junior, as well.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have got viewers of few words, we've got viewers of many words, and we love all of you.
That's right.
And I mean, it's just, I mean, if you're having a bit of a pants day on the old
Snapping Moon.
Snapping Moon, that's
Magic
it.
Marilyn.
Fabulous.
We go like, ooh, nice. Love. It's like that.
It just makes me smile because, I mean, if you are having a pants day for pain management, or if you're just having a pants day in general, you know, it's quite nice. And yes, I do like using the word pants.
Yeah.
It's quite nice just to hear a word every now and again, and, you know, something. It's just nice.
Yeah.
It's a bit of positivity. Oh, one thing though, guys. If you do decide to watch Sanctuary, but you only want to try one episode, watch the Nubbins. Everybody loves the Nubbins. They are so darn cute. You just want to squeeze them.
They're a bit like
and it's quite a one-line. There's quite a lot of one-liners in it, because we've noticed that with a lot of Canadian TV programs that we watch, which I tend to absolutely adore, and so does Darren, because they can totally geek out along with us, or we can geek out with them, as it were. And you know, they'll use one-liners and be close to it's
yeah. It's the other one.
It's just fun.
Joseph Warthen Jr.
Ah.
I think he's probably American because of the junior bit, because that's quite an American.
Yeah, you said that, but we've got a friend called Junior whose name is
his name is Junior.
Yes, I know.
His name Junior goes at the end, which means
so
he was a senior.
Yeah.
So
so let us know if you're watching. Let us know if you are a junior, or if it's a honorary title from your dad, or what it is, because I'm basically just nosy. Now, I know we've had some questions this week, as I've said, and we're going to try and make sure we answer them. Now, I know we've had a couple of questions from Pink Poodle, you said?
Yes, and I was going to say, because one of her bits she said was, do you like Star Trek or Marv? Which I think is Marvel.
We're thinking you mean Marvel.
Yeah, so it's with Star Trek, I was going to say, I can't remember what they're called. My mind's gone blank.
What, the fluffy balls?
Yeah, that's a bit like the Nubbins, but they are the fluffy balls are. Oh God!
Hang on.
Because I used to watch Star Trek, but I used to watch the old ones, the original series.
Star Trek fluffy balls. And yes, I did ask Google.
Yeah.
Tribbles.
That's it. Tribbles. The Trouble with Tribbles is what the TV program was called.
Hang on, I'm going to show you a picture of a tribble. And our original, William Shatner.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I loved him, and I loved John Luke. I
Jean-Luc
used to
Picard,
watch
yeah.
them with my dad.
I didn't watch
don't
Jean-Luc Picard much.
Oh, he's very good. I like him. I mean, you always knew, and in actual fact, look, this is a really, really, really detailed picture of the Tribbles, okay? So I don't want you getting too excited. It looks like something Lollyween's cat's coughed up.
Yeah, it looks like something that should have been on William Shatner's head.
My brother's got guinea pigs like that. He's got a walking wig. I mean, seriously, all you see is hair. I'll have to get him to send me a picture at some point so I can show you on here if I get his permission. Right, and I wanted to show you nubbins, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sanctuary nubbins. No, not Northerns. Northern Sanctuary. I don't
Northern
think
Sanctuary.
So. Nubbins. Ah. Yay.
Yeah. Go on.
I love them. I just love them. I love them. I love them.
They're also a bit like critters.
It's a bit dark, but they're not frightening like critters.
No. You see what I mean about the Tribbles?
I mean, they're just so cute, and they pair up. Look, oh look, there's a look.
Yeah, you got one with a teeth.
No,
Lots of little
look,
sharp
it's one
teeth.
that's lighter.
Yeah.
But they are so darn cute. They're all fluffy and everything and lovely.
Yeah. And you get all the double entendre bits as well. So wouldn't you like to squeeze my nubbins? It's like that.
It's the bit he turns to the camera afterwards and goes,
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
it's brilliant. But it is. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Wouldn't you like to put one? Wouldn't you like to put one on each hand and give them a squeeze?
Don't get me wrong. It is not. It is not. There's slight innuendos, but not very often.
No.
And you know, I mean,
And it's not like it would be done for kids anyway, because they got 15 certificates on them anyway.
Yeah, but really, could you say Sanctuary is inappropriate when you know people have let their kids watch Game of Thrones?
No, this is true.
There's a lot of nudity in Game of Thrones. I love it. But no, the right questions.
Questions. Right. So we've got the vegan for life. How many hamsters have you got, please? Vegan for life.
Right, we have
got 5.
3 Assyrian hamsters.
Yeah.
Who are
Earbud.
Earbud.
No, you can't put them all up separately. Right, we've got Earbud.
No, we've got Earbud, who's black and white.
Yep.
And we had him and his litter sister, and her litter sister died recently, and we had to
we've got
get a little one to keep him company.
It's a new one.
Not in the same cage.
There's a new one called Pan, who's a browny beigey sort of white colour. He's
named after Lyra's demon in Golden Compass.
Yep.
No particular reason other than the fact that we
decided
on the name Lyra because he was supposed to be a girl, and then we had a surprise visit.
We've got Tyrion, who's a creamy white fluffy.
It's not white.
He's a creamy, creamy fluffy Syrian hamster.
He's a bit like a coughed up fur ball and all, but pretty. And
he's got wild hair.
He's got, although they're both long haired, Tyrion's is what I would say a full teddy bear hamster. Which is the long haired and the little baby face, and it doesn't.
And then we got the 2 that we saw earlier on here. We've got Victor, who was on it earlier, and one that was on at the start.
Mishka.
Was in Mishka, who are both Russians.
And we do tend to. We've only had.
He's a Russian white dwarf. She's a Russian black dwarf.
That's right. I mean, after looking after my sister-in-law's 2, Winter and Ghost, they've sadly passed now. But after looking over those 2, I was in love with Russian hamsters.
Yeah.
And they're so lovely. But it's not like a Syrian. All hamsters are different, but my experience with the 3 Russians we've had is they're more like babies. They cry like babies when they want attention, or if they have nightmares, it pulls at the strings, I tell you. I mean, they scream like babies if they're having a nightmare. Or he does anyway. They tweet and whistle like little birds. they'll she grinds her teeth a lot. Mishka does. But no, they're just really. They need to be loved. They need your attention, and that's why I say, you know, with a Mishka especially, she is time consuming. I mean, but to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. I feel more complete with them because they are like babies. With the Syrians, I've had Syrians since the age of 7, which is nearly 40 years.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, they're great. The boys can be quite lazy. The girls tend to be more active, but they also tend to bond more strongly with you. In fact, I've had girls that I've hand trained that are fine with me, fine with Darren. They're okay with my mum. We've had some that have liked your mum and some that have ignored her, but they can be funny with everybody else. As females do, they can be a bit territorial about who they care about. I mean, it's not in all cases, and to be honest, a lot of it can be to do with where they've come from and things like that, and how they were treated when they were first born. But they do sleep a lot more. I mean, the Russians, with Eva, because we had Eva first, who we lost, and she was, she was out of her cage pretty much all the time I was up. She'd sleep in my slipper, and she'd eat in my slipper, and she'd drink in my slipper, and my slipper used to be either on my lap or on the desk. And Eva, although I've weaned them away from my slippers, and so when we lost Eva, that was horrendous. With Mishka and Victory, they call for us. We get them up. They have got into a routine pretty much like you do with a baby.
Yeah.
So they go for an afternoon nap, and then they come out again, and bits like that. It is pretty much, you know, they have breakfast with us. They, you know, whereas the Syrians are quite happy as long as they're given the attention when they want it, which is fine. Yeah. So as I said, we've got 5. Yep. Right. What was another question?
So about we like Star Trek or Marvel. We said about Star Trek. We like Marvel, although the films we haven't watched all of them because they've.
Which one's the Batman ones?
That's DC.
You see, I'm more of a DC girl because of Catwoman.
Yeah.
Love Catwoman.
So we like the Marvel ones, but we only watch particular ones. Like we watch the Avengers. We watch the Avengers Endgames. We like the X-Men. We like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, they're blooming great. They are.
Christmas one coming out this year as well.
Ooh.
Let's hope it's better than the Star Wars Christmas one. Yeah, so we prefer DC on the whole. It's darker.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really awful and all that, but I mean, seriously, have you seen Arrow?
Yeah, so we like Arrow.
Gotham, I love. I absolutely adore Gotham. I love the Penguin in that. I love the guy that's obviously not the Joker.
Yeah, they couldn't use the name. Right. They weren't allowed to use the name.
But he quite obviously
was,
you know, I mean...
So was his brother.
But I love the Batman films. I mean, we were talking about it the other day, weren't we? We were saying that favourite Penguin character... I love Danny DeVito as Penguin. I just love him. I love...
but again, you also love Buster Meredith as well.
Yes, I did.
Who did the old one back in the 60s.
But the old ones in the 60s, I count more as comedy ones.
Yeah.
Because they were, I mean, you know.
Yeah, the Joker from there. It's like that. And Catwoman. What Catwoman from there? I don't know. Because you had one I can't remember her name, and Eartha Kitt as well.
Yeah, I know. I pretty much like most Catwomen to be Catwoman.
Apart from one.
No, I can't say I don't like her because I've not seen her doing it. It's just that
you not watched it.
I still haven't seen the Halle Berry one.
Haven't you?
No, because Dad spoilt the ending for me, so I had
Alright.
to wait several years until I've forgotten what the ending was.
I think
Don't tell me, because
I think we got it over there.
Yes,
It's bloody awful, but we got it.
I don't know, I haven't seen it. But no, I mean, I love... What is the blonde one? The hair comes out of her cat suit and everything.
Me?
She's the one that stuck her...
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's it. She was blooming good and
Yeah,
all.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, that was really good. And I've seen a lovely penguin statue about that big.
Oh, Danny DeVito one.
Oh, it's brilliant. But no, I mean, I like things that help me escape. I like fantasy and bits like that.
Yeah. So we got we were watching The Flash, but The Flash got on my tits. It's good.
Flash, but
I love The
then
Flash.
They start going into time.
They start messing around with everything. Yeah.
But then I loved Primeval as well, and that's nothing to do with superheroes. But I still haven't managed to make myself sit down and watch the one they did over in America, because it was just too changed. And again, they messed around with time with that, and it's almost like they'd run out of ideas before they should have done, and as an easy out, they just decided to...
Yeah, we did it with Fringe.
Oh, we changed the time.
I couldn't be bothered with the
it's like
last
Bobby
series.
Ewing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was all a dream.
It's like the last season of Fringe I didn't like, because they went into parallel universes. And
we haven't seen the end of Fringe, though.
You watched the last series. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember. But no, I mean, it is what it is, basically.
So, what else have we got anyway?
What else have we got, indeed? This is the problem with question. I mean, we sort of bounce off of them. We sort of go wherever they take us.
What we've got here? Pink Poodle said, do you like all rodents, mice, rats and gerbils?
I love hearing from Pink Poodle.
Yeah.
Right.
She loves all animals, even snails. She marks them with a dot of nail polish, and they shell and recoat into the far end of the garden.
Now,
not in the greenhouse or the plants.
Now, there's a thing. I always call snails Brian, and I always call earthworms Cedric. Don't ask me why. Okay, Brian makes slightly more sense.
I know why. Brian was a magic roundabout.
I had a pet earthworm called Cedric.
Yeah, so Brian was a magic roundabout.
Yeah, that's right. I said it makes sense. Yeah. That's why it makes sense with him. But no, I think it was just something that my nan used to say. Oh, Brian's out. Don't step on him. And it just went from there, really. But no, I do love snails, actually. I used to buy water ones until the fish started eating them. Especially the big, like sucky ones, because
yeah. So I've never had mice. You're like partner.
I like mice, but yeah. The thing that I didn't realise, actually, or more to the point, the thing he didn't realise, is that with mice they don't walk backwards. Hamsters do. So the first time he actually had a hamster on him, and the hamster started walking backwards, all he kept saying was, "Mice don't walk backwards. Mice don't walk backwards." I mean, it really did throw him. But no, I do. I love mice. I love mice. I will be honest with you, and please don't give me any hate for this. I have my reasons. Germals are demonic. They are demonic creatures that absolutely hate me. Okay? Now, you might think, oh, she's, no, they hate me. They look at me. They get me in their eye line, and they hang on to my every finger when I'm trying to give them water. Okay?
He looks at you as well. He's picked his food up and buggered off.
Charming. Hang on then, if you put the phone down or...
No, he's good.
Oh.
He's picked his food up and good.
Fair enough.
He was looking at you when you said that, so
I don't dislike them. I think they're sweet things, but unfortunately they hate me. I sort of comfort myself with the fact that I can pretty much talk around most hamsters. In fact, I don't think I've come across one I haven't been able to talk around in some way, but then a lot of that is down, I allow them to be who they want to be. I will stop them from doing anything dangerous or anything that can harm them, and I won't give them anything. Give them occasional treat bits, but of human bits, which I know I probably shouldn't, but they're my babies, and I don't take it too far, if that makes sense. I'm very cautious. Now, with gerbils, as I said, they hate me.
You had, well, how many was in a cage? 2 of them you had, or something?
There was 2 in a cage.
cage.
My
You
friend was coming home. It was at the end of term at school, and people that didn't have pets could take home the school pets for like half terms and things like that. Well, my friend, she had never had anything, you know, and she got the 2 gerbils to bring home. Well, because she was going to mine, she was coming over to mine for dinner after school. Bear in mind, this is in first school, so I think we were about, crumbs, I'd only have been about 8, 9 at the most, or 10 at the most, really. Anyway, it was, she got back to us, and they had bowls of, like, bowl of food and a bowl of water, and the teacher had taken both out so we could put them in when they got back to the house. I don't know why she took out the food, but there you go. Anyway, I put my hand in to get the, I put my hand in to put the water bowl in. I put it down. I didn't have my hands near them. Well, they apparated. Okay, that's another reason I call them demonic. Okay, because they can be down one side of the cage and then they come for you. They teleported. Okay, and the next thing I know, I've got 2 gerbils attached to that finger and that finger. Well, it hurt rather a lot. In fact, both of them went through the nail. And unlike hamsters, they hold their grip. Hamsters, they will nip you and back away. If they nip you, it's generally, with the Russians, they can be nippy, but that's usually because they're telling you certain things and bits like that. It's one of their ways of communicating, and it's not hard. When I say nip, I mean base, you know. If they bite you, it's because they're in a bad mood. Victory. But with gerbils, they latch on. And honestly, I was trying to shake them off without hurting them. So I had my other hand underneath them. In the end, I mean, nobody told me this, right? So, I mean, my mum didn't have a clue. She'd never had gerbils. My nan hadn't dealt with gerbils as far as I was aware. In fact, I think Nan would have still been alive then, but she never said anything to me about gerbils. And bearing in mind, she didn't have online then to look things up. So basically, I put my hand back in there, and I mean, I was in a lot of pain, and held it as still as I could, and then they teleported away from me again. So I was only trying to give them water. I wasn't trying to stroke them. I wasn't. So no, me and gerbils don't really gel particularly well. They like my fingers. I like my fingers too. Guinea pigs. I've never had a guinea pig. My brother, as I said, has got guinea pigs. He's got one that looks like a wig.
A friend of ours, his daughter had guinea pigs, didn't she?
Yes.
Elvis.
Yeah, she had 2. She had Elvis and Buddy.
Yeah. And
the 2 she's got now are called something else. I can't remember.
Don't know.
But yeah, I've never really been around them. I've had friends that have had them. They seem quite neurotic, from what I can tell.
They squeak a lot.
They do. Actually, they breed more than rabbits. So when they say breed like rabbits, it's actually a misnomer, because it's guinea pigs that.
Well, we told them about it before.
We
saw it at one at a animal park.
Yeah.
They got out and he was exhausted.
Well, he slept for about a week. They kept having to wake him up to get him to eat something. He'd impregnated the lot. And I mean, there were about 36 or something females
like that,
they had. So he'd been a busy boy, and he'd only escaped for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like that. So no wonder he slept for a week. But yeah, he was all right afterwards. He recovered in the end, but they did have rather a lot of guinea pigs after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, I had rabbits, and my dad said, let's put them together. And as I've said before, I think, 7 babies later. So I love rabbits. My affinity is more with hamsters and cats. I love pretty much most animals. I like looking at gerbils as long as I don't have to put my fingers anywhere near their direction. And guinea pigs, I am fascinated with the ones that look like walking wigs.
Yeah, so she was saying, Pink Poodle was saying that she's never had any swamp furry friends before, but had lots of animals growing up. She grew up in the heart of East End London. Had poodles, cat, budgies, ducks, tortoises, fish, rabbits. We babysat a slow worm.
We got a family tortoise. He would have come to me after my nan passed if I'd have been old enough.
A garden.
And if I had a garden, but he's with mum until we get somewhere with garden. And to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't take him away from her.
Right.
But my brother has got dogs and cats and rabbits and guinea pigs, and he's recently ended up with
a couple of hamsters
because his lodger wanted to get some hamsters. So he's got quite a menagerie going on, and although we did as a child, we only ever had one cat, apart from a very brief period of about a month where we ended up adopting a Persian that had lived with an old lady and never been around children before in her life. And although, she just wouldn't come out of mum and dad's bedroom. She wasn't happy. You had a large group of rugby players in each week, for goodness sake. It wasn't fair on her. She was used to a little old lady, and then she went to one of my dad's work colleagues' mum. And she lived out her days very happily. You do get attached, but at the same time, I always think it's what's best for the animal. You can't be selfish.
No.
And I just want to see the kids happy.
Yeah.
Being fluffy. Yeah. Anyway, what else have we got?
That's it.
That's it.
That's all we got.
Crikey. Yeah. So, definitely, Pink Poodle's definitely been the question master this week.
Yes, yeah.
And Lolly Bean, seriously, girl, come on.
She was at someone's wedding, wasn't she?
That is not the point. They've got napkins at weddings. She should be writing questions on them to ask us later. I don't ask too much. But no, it is. It's just, I love this. I love the fact that we can have a natter and a laugh with you guys and chat away and ask us anything you want. Even if we end up rehashing a couple of times, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, we don't know when people join, and I also believe that there are no stupid questions, there's only stupid answers. And at the end of the day, if you ask a question because you want to know, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
As I've said, if it's something too personal or something and we're not happy answering it, we will tell you.
I say if you don't know something, you don't know something.
Yeah, or if we don't know, this is it. There's a lot I don't know.
So if you don't know something, that's what's been honest. I said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, I always think it's stupid.
That's right. That sounds quite haiku-y, doesn't it?
No, it's not enough bits.
What you're doing is you're harassing your sister.
Haiku's going syllables, don't they? They go, it's like 5, 7, 5 or something.
But no, I mean, no, we do. We love hearing from you guys. We really do.
Oh.
And yeah, we don't. Well, I don't get out at all. So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, this is my social life. I mean, you could contact, like, send us a message or what have you, and it's a bit like doing charity work, really. Because
are you saying people that watch us are charity cases?
no, I'm saying I'm a charity case. I mean, I'm a disabled woman that doesn't get out. So if you think you need, like, I don't know, to be on your goddess's gods or karma's side of things, you know, send us a message. Make a disabled lady that can't get out of her flat happy.
Right.
There you go. See, it makes perfect sense. It's good karma.
Yeah.
Yes, I know I'm completely potty, but let's just say because I am completely potty, it means it goes more in your way of karma.
Go on, we've bored people long enough today. He's going
to be chopping this about.
Before cutting it, it's an hour and 15 minutes so far. So,
I'm so sorry, people. Well, it's the only time of week I get to talk if I've got no unboxings to do, you see. I am joking. We do obviously talk, as you know, because I usually tell you when we do, or about odds and bits and bobs. But anyway, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, stay different.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.